and then the restraining order was called dating violence. I didn't even know that there was such a thing, dating violence. The judge dismissed the restraining order, saying there's no history of violence here. Mr. Carson is not a violent person. You didn't call the police officer. Case dismissed. I went back to work. Ooh, she didn't like that. She didn't like that. She didn't like that at all. I went back to work and it didn't stop. She started contacting me anonymously. So she baited me again. She baited me, and I'm getting more and more disgusted. And I should have went to the police officer. Well, I did actually go to the police department, but there was no way they can trace anonymous text messages. It was one of those texts. It was one of those you drop, you get, and only a narcissist and an asshole. An asshole will get a fake number so they can text you anonymously and then be able to drop the phone so it can't be traced. I've never heard of such a thing. Because if I can't call people on my phone, that means I don't need to call them at all. But I never heard of such a thing. And the police officer I contacted said, well, Mr. Carson, well, we can't trace these numbers. So she contacted me on my YouTube page and had the audacity to say, leave a comment on one of my videos, I'm having sex with students. And I said to myself, this is a nasty ass woman. You can't get no nastier than that. I'm having sex with students. I told a parent that. Another parent said, oh my gosh, she's so ghetto. Another parent that's in contact in my life with me that invited me to her daughter's 16th birthday party. And from Atlanta, Georgia. I was in Decatur, Georgia. I've moved to Decatur, Georgia, and I'm back in Florida. She invited me from Decatur, Georgia to her daughter's 16th birthday party. And that same parent said, oh my gosh, she's disgusting. She's ghetto. Horrible. Horrible, horrible fucking woman. And I'm going to say, I don't mean to use choice words, but it's the visceral response that you have the audacity, knowing I didn't want you, we were uncompatible, and we had talked about this previously, and the only reason I had stayed because she pretended, this is how she got me. She pretended, well, we can meditate together. We can go to the gym together. And oh, by the way, I bought you this gift. I bought you that gift. And oh, here's another gift. All of that was for her. None of the gifts were for me. She said only what she thought was important to me. And I'm thinking to myself, and somebody else shared this with me, that girl ain't interested in going to no gym. She's 350 pounds. What gym she's talking about going to? She's a 300-pound woman. If she wanted to go to the gym, she would have. And I was like, But she knew fitness was important to me. She knew wellness was important to me. She knew meditation was important to me. None of those things were important to her. And then buying the gifts, this is what made me psychologically just overwhelmed, because I started thinking something was wrong with me. I started thinking, something's wrong with you. She's buying you gifts. She's trying to let you know she loves you. She didn't love me at all. Narcissists don't love you at all. The stare that the narcissist gives you, as I go back into my mind, is the stare of, I love what you do. I just hate it. I just hate that it's you. That's a narcissist. And they will do any and everything to destroy your reputation, to destroy your credibility, to destroy who you are, what you're about, what you stand for at all costs. The second time I went to court, I was upset that I couldn't get my things. And so she filed a restraining order. She filed a restraining order on stalking. So the judge dismissed, same judge that was over the violent dating, that dismissed the violent dating, was the same judge that was over the stalking. So now she says I'm stalking her. What a evil ass woman. And all I wanted was the things I brought to your house. The things that I brought to her house, I could not, I've never got them back. I've never, ever, 3 years, I've never got them back. I've counted it lost. I counted it lost. But that was the second restraining order. Somehow the judge thought it was okay to keep personal items. Oh, Mr. Carson, just move on. It's nothing. It wasn't a watch. That was his way, to undermine. It was still my personal belongings. I had paid for groceries. I paid for out of my pocket, personal bathing items. I never got them back. So he honored that restraining order for 2 years, which expired last year, 2020. The restraining order expired 2020. By the end of all this confusion with this evil ass, obnoxious ass, narcissistic personality disorder ass woman, admittingly I have herpes, and who thought I was going to stay with her, the principal, my boss, said, hey, I need you to leave. I need you to leave the school effective immediately. And I ended up typing my resignation letter and handing it to the principal. And I left. Polk County School Boards, Polk County Schools. I left. I walked out the door. I walked out the door 3 weeks before school ended, 2018. She won. She won. She got the #1 motivator, inspirer in the entire school out of the school. She won. And she had help. After that, she gaslighted me. She talked about what she found in my background with other coworkers, with students. She's a horrible woman, a horrible individual. A horrible, horrible, horrible individual. That's what narcissists do. Exploit your dirt. And you know, rightly so. She took an intimate, private moment and made it public. Something that happened 30 years ago that I haven't discussed with anyone on this earth because it's nobody's goddamn business. To me, it's water under the bridge. But to a narcissist, she thought, oh, I'm going to bring this to light because he's not as wonderful as everybody thinks. He's not as great as, what everybody thinks. He's not this larger than life, motivational, positive. And I realized narcissists are attracted to people that are absolutely positive. That's a trait they are attracted to, positive people, because it helps them with their low self-esteem. So she studied me to end me. That's what I figured out in 3 years. She studied me to end me. What a worthless ass pig. I got it now. I got it. And you can look up the court affidavits, Quentin Carson, and you will see everything that I'm saying right there in Polk County Circuit Court. Polk County, Florida Circuit Court. You can see it right there. Hopefully this will help some of you all to get out of some of these relationships you're in. Hopefully it revealed some light. It shared some wisdom. It shared some knowledge so you can do better, grow better, and set boundaries. That's what I learned from all of this, that I need to set boundaries, to stop letting people come into my life, do whatever they want to do without saying, hey, let me share with you that this is unacceptable. Let me share with you that my likes